What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I kind of just want to take a look at the upcoming week. I know it might be a little odd. It's not the final week of December. We're technically not done yet, but in my opinion, this is really what we're about to experience over the next 7 days, maybe even a little bit less, is really it. This is kind of it for the rest of the year. You know, Game Awards tends to, I understand why they do it. I get why they pick when they pick to have it. It eliminates some, potential games, and I really actually hate that about it. Indiana Jones, for example, I think should be nominated for several things. I said that in my review, Troy Baker, etc., etc. But, for it to be the very end of the year and nothing really comes out after it, right? You might have a couple stragglers coming out, that week before Christmas and whatnot. But generally, what we have, and we're going to talk about in this video, over this next week, this is it. We got the final releases. We're experiencing the final releases even right now with Marvel Rivals and Path of Exile 2. There's some great stuff coming out, about to come out, and then to be shown to us, to go into next year. So let's kind of just do a really quick kind of rapid fire look ahead, and even just look at, I don't know if this video is going live when I'm recording it, so like Friday or maybe Saturday, but well, like I said, we have Marvel Rivals. That thing is out, and it's doing unbelievably well. Now, I don't want to speak too much to the quality because I haven't played it yet. I'm going to be playing it over the next couple days and try to do like an impressions video for you guys, but that game is hitting 400,000+ players concurrently. I imagine Friday night, Saturday, it might hit 500,000. I think that's very, very reachable if it hasn't already happened by the time you guys are. That's the fun thing with these videos. It might have done actually far past that. And then Path of Exile, I think selling a million units just in that early access kind of key that they were selling, and to do 1 million, to come out, and I think it hit like 200,000 almost immediately. I think it broke Steam database. I mean, again, I haven't played that one either. That always looked really, really cool. I like Diablo-esque games, but I've never really played too many of them or played them all that in depth, but that game looks freaking awesome. So it's a good time. Like, you're getting, I don't know, even if you're not into these games, and again, that's not a big deal to me, like I said, I might not even be into these two games once I end up playing them, but their success is a cool story, and we've had a lot of success stories. There's a lot of games that came out this year and did great numbers and had great success, but for this to come out, the beginning of December, just the final month, final stretch of these games releasing, pretty freaking cool. And then, well, you look ahead. Now, I got the code for Indiana Jones. My review is live on the channel, but you can play that right now through the early access, right? Shenanigans of, whether you're paying $70 or $80 for the deluxe edition, or through Game Pass, I think it's 30 or 40, whatever it is, but Indy is somewhat available, and then it comes out Monday. And, this is not an Indiana Jones review, but I do highly recommend it. I think that's a fantastic game that's upcoming still to, I would argue, the majority of people. I would say, the internet makes these circles look probably different than they really are. The majority of people that are going to play Indiana Jones have not yet played it. You're seeing from influencers and press and people that have the early access, they've played it or are playing it, but I think, a lot of the world is still about to experience Indiana Jones and they haven't yet. So that's cool, especially that you kind of, at least I know kind of ahead of time, oh, that's a really good game, or at least that's my opinion of it. And then, Tuesday, I think, is actually freaking stacked. So let me make sure I get this right. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comes out Tuesday. That's a game I've covered a few times on this channel. I'm pumped. I'm slightly concerned. They've had a lot of like back and forth updates on this game, and I don't know if anybody got codes for it. I don't know that for sure. Somebody maybe could have gotten a code, and I don't know when reviews go live. Not that it really matters, but I just feel like we haven't seen too much on it, and it comes out Tuesday, but I'm getting it. I mean, that's a day one purchase. I plan on playing it that night, and depending on how long the game is, I might even beat it that day, but I got no problem with that. I guess I'm playing it day one. I might even beat it day one. So that comes out Tuesday. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Rita's Rewind. Very hard for me to say two R words back to back. You also have, I believe, Legacy of Kain, right? 1 and 2. That game, I've never actually played those. I think I said that when it was first announced, but they look interesting to me, and I'm excited. I think I'm going to be checking that game out, so hopefully you can look forward to some coverage on that from me as well. And then you have, of course, I mean, the final piece, which I'm probably going to have a separate video on just in and of itself, Sly 2, Sly 3, Tuesday's the freaking day, boys and girls. We need to show up, and I'm not going to get too deep into that because that's really what another video is for. But it's huge. I mean, actually, if you think about it, Monday and Tuesday, Indy, Legacy of Kain, Power Rangers, Sly. Now, they are all different. One of it's a Xbox and PC exclusive. The other is a side-scrolling, beat-em-up game. That's not for everybody. Legacy of Kain is such an old franchise. That might not be up everybody's alley. And then Sly Cooper, now, dare you say anything negative about Sly, you better watch yourself. But I get it. They're not for everybody. So, but at the same time, you add in this past week with Marvel Rivals and Path of Exile, you have a very diverse, just 7 days, lots of different games. And then, of course, you got Thursday being the Game Awards. And again, I'm recording this Friday. Things could, of course, change as the days go. But, I did a whole live stream on it. It went more in depth of my predictions and what I think will be there and what won't be there. But I'm expecting a big show. There's rumors it's going to be a big show, and I believe those rumors. So that makes me excited. And also, just like a casual observation, Jeff Keighley's not really teasing anything. Like, he's announcing presenters and stuff. But by this point, normally, you'd have like a couple confirmed games. So I got the sense before the rumor happened that it was going to be a big show, simply because he seems to be quieter, like uncomfortably quiet, like quieter than he normally is. He likes to normally talk about it, and he's not. So I'm pumped. I think between the games of all different varieties, and at least some of them, like, we know are good. I can tell you for a fact, Sly 2 and 3 are good, and I believe very heavily that Indiana Jones is one of the best games of this year. So you got some of my all-time favorite games, period, coming back, maybe even my favorite games of all time, coming back in a new and interesting way that needs to be supported. You have Indiana Jones, one of the better games of this year. Kind of have a wild card in Power Rangers. You got two games that are, whether you like them or you're into them or not, massively popular in the two games that came out Friday. And then even Legacy of Kain to kind of round it out. I hope I'm not forgetting any, because that would really that would look bad, I guess, on those games from my perspective. But it is what it is. I'm kind of going off the cuff. And then the Game Awards. So big week. The final week of games coming out, and a lot of them. And then also a time to kind of look back. That's, I guess, what the award part is for, even though that's not, I think, why most people tune into the Game Awards. Most people tune in for the future stuff. And it's a conversation we've had in the past before. But I think that's going to obviously be a very big showing. Got a lot of games finishing off the year. And then you got the Game Awards itself to look back and kind of reflect on, I think, an overall good year. You could argue very good, bad, whatever you want to say. I know some people don't think it was a good year. That's okay. I think it was. I think it was above average for sure. And then also look into 2025. I think we're going to get a lot of hopefully, games like Crimson Desert and stuff like Exodus 33, release dates, right? Games that are coming out maybe first half of the year of 2025, plus beyond, but maybe release dates for a couple first half of the year games. So pretty excited. And then after that, it kind of dies. I got plans and different video ideas for like the weeks of Christmas and New Year's. We'll talk about that at a later date. And then we hit 2025. We hit it running. We hit it really, really quickly, with February being like insane. Absolutely freaking insane with a lot of games in February. We'll talk about that at a different point in time as well. So let me know what you guys think. What are you looking forward to this week? You playing any of these games I mentioned? Let me know. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed. As I said, I'm kind of covering all of these things, maybe like Path of Exile, not right away, but most of these games I have or will be covering. I'm co-streaming the Game Awards. So most of the things I mentioned just now, I'll have videos on them, later on. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all on the next one.